Hello and welcome back to Chair League. I am Jayzon, your host. We got a Division 3 match coming up for you here. Fatal Destiny versus the Robot Masters. You know, I really like both of these teams because they both have team names that are very easy to pronounce. We'll have to see if the players give me the same give me the same quality. But we are here for yet another Chair League match, guys. Thanks for joining me. Nice early match this time around. Getting into the draft here, this match will be on Infernal Shrines, one of our favorite maps here in Heroes of the Storm. Definitely a specialist map. Sylvanas is going to be banned out right away, so the only question is whether Robot Masters want to ban Zol or Zagara. Both have a lot of value on this map. Certainly, we see Zol get a ton of value in the concept of split pushing. We also really see a lot of value in Zagara being able to Nidus network on this map and be able to split push during any given phase. So they are going to elect to ban Zagara. Fatal Destiny will have the opportunity to get Zol. We'll have to see if anybody's got Zol in the grab bag here. If they want to go ahead and pick that first, or they want to prioritize something like a Li Ming, kind of damage dealer, maybe a Falstad. Pretty much anything and everything available to Fatal Destiny right now. This was, of course, the Robot Masters pick, so you can only imagine that they have something prepared here for what they want comp-wise, but Fatal Destiny will get the first swing at what they want to get. Me personally, I really like Li Ming on this map. I think that Zol is somebody you have to pick up in this map if you have the opportunity. This one, Blackheart's Bay, there are a couple maps that he's just really good at split pushing on. But they're going to elect to go with Kerrigan. So Kerrigan, also a very high priority hero right now with the CC and the ability that you get from Kerrigan. She's also incredible on this map at being able to clear out the shrines. So if you are able to get a huge advantage here on an Infernal Shrines, you can send just Kerrigan to go and very quickly and efficiently clean up that shrine while the rest of your team can go push a lane or do pretty much whatever they want. So the Robot Masters will go ahead and respond with Falstad here. Nice pickup for them. The global presence on this map is very, very nice. Being able to split push with Falstad and have him be able to fly down to the map objective whenever you're ready. Just in general, he's also a very strong burst damage dealer right now, so he's just, in general, a good pickup. And Johanna, also a really good pickup here for the Robot Masters. You like wave clear on this map. Especially in those shrine areas where Johanna can get a lot of value out of Condemn and her AoE abilities in general. She can also be a bully on those locations, soaking up a lot of damage, pushing into the enemy team. So I really like the Johanna pickup. We're going to see Li Ming and Muradin coming out from Fatal Destiny. They know what they want, man. So Li Ming, very good hero for follow-up for both Muradin and Kerrigan. They're good diving buddies. A good solid front line to start this thing off with for Fatal Destiny. Just in general, a lot of damage to follow up with Li Ming being able to come in there. The one thing that Li Ming loses out value on in this map is the fact that when you're fighting over the objectives, it can be kind of hard for Li Ming to get value out of a lot of her abilities because those skeletal warriors can get in the way of being able to damage heroes. But it's not a bad trade-off still. She can always just be on the outside of those objectives, lobbing in orbs, lobbing in missiles, and trying to hit whatever they want. But Rhaegar is going to be the ban out here for the Robot Masters. Interesting. I think they might be looking for the global Brightwing here. They know that they can pick up a healer coming up, so they'll go ahead and apply that healer chokehold so that Fatal Destiny has a smaller pool to choose from when it comes around to them. Me personally, I think I would be focusing on the frontline choke here. They have their Kerrigan, so the question is, who do you not want your opponent to have? Could be a Sonya ban, though Sonya is kind of fallen off lately. She's pretty good on this map on being able to clear those shrines the same kind of way Kerrigan is, though she's not quite as effective at it. Though a very tanky frontline, but it's actually going to be Morales. They're going to elect to deny the Robot Masters the healer that they want to face least, which makes a lot of sense. When Li Ming gets a lot of damage out, if her target can rotate out, Morales does a very good job of being able to heal them up in a hurry. But it depends. If you have a lot of AoE damage on your team, sometimes you almost want Morales on the other side. But the Robot Masters are going to choose to go with Uther. Another Another decent hero for these phases. He doesn't have the best wave clear of support, but good burst healing to be able to counter Li Ming. Of course, cleanse and the million other buttons these Uthers have can be very useful in a lot of those situations. So not a bad pickup, and it is going to be Sonya that the Robot Masters are going to go ahead and pick up. And, you know, again, a good solid healer for that frontline Sonya as well. If you can't have Rhaegar, Uther is really the next best thing, or maybe even better with Divine Shield. So it kind of depends on your playstyle, what exactly you want there. Both are pretty interchangeable in general. So 2 more picks here for Fatal Destiny before they close out their draft. They still need their healer. A couple good ones on the board. Still got Brightwing. They're going to pick up Leoric. This is going to be triple frontline. Very interesting. Tychus? Anybody? I wonder if the Robot Masters have a Tychus. But have a Tychus player, because they still need that sustained damage. And holy cow, look at all that health on the other side. But could pick up Kharazim here. Wouldn't be the worst pickup, but it'd make it very melee heavy, very aggro, which could end up working out for them with the comp that they have. They could also... I would probably be inclined to pick a Brightwing here, but that's one of my favorite heroes. And there it is. They are going to go for the global presence and pick up that Brightwing. So that'll work out for him. The question is, what is this last pick for Robot Masters? They have their burst damage and Falstad. They have their healer and their frontline, 2 frontline heroes. So what is going to be the sustained damage? Or are they going to go a little bit off book here, maybe go with a second support? Me personally, you know, I think that there's really only one best choice here, and that is Tychus. But any giant killer hero could work. You could go with Vala, you could go with Lunara, Raynor could work as well. A lot of those work, but they're actually going to go with KT. They're going to go with another burst damage dealer and even more wave clear. That's very interesting. Probably not the direction I would have gone. It makes their back line a little bit squishy against this incredibly strong front line that's been built by Fatal Destiny, but could end up paying off. You know, Kael'thas with that bomb does have the ability to spread those bombs and get a lot of value in heavy melee teams. At least give them a second thought about pushing in too far. Plus, you know, you got 2 really strong frontliners to be able to push back against Kerrigan, Muradin, and Leoric. So, not over yet, not over in the draft phase, but I definitely would be favoring Fatal Destiny. I feel like they got the better healer in Brightwing. I feel like they've got a very aggro comp that may or may not be able to get to the back line. We'll have to see how that works out, but if they catch any of those out with the Kerrigan combo, that they're just absolutely wrecked. Li Ming with that burst damage should be pretty good, but we'll have to see. It's going to be an interesting match here. Infernal Shrines, Division 3. We are getting ready to go. Go ahead and get us on into the game here. Alright, so on the left we have Fatal Destiny is going to be your blue team with Jelly Monster playing Kerrigan, Can't Be Cool playing Li Ming, Hamwich playing Muradin, Hamak playing Leoric, and E2 Brandon playing Brightwing. On the right, we're going to have your red team, who will be the Robot Masters. Mega Man Fan is going to be playing Falstad, Lost on Sonya, Stoctagon on Johanna, Mellow Buck on Uther, and Maximus on Kael'thas. Well, we got one really tight team. You know, these guys seem like they're ready to play together, and this one, I don't know. They're kind of spread out. I don't know. Maybe these guys don't like each other as much. I don't know. We'll have to see. But right now, they're going to elect to send Li Ming to the top lane. No Sylvanas here. We're actually going to see the blocking coming out here from the Robot Masters. They're going to go ahead and get in the way of this wave. If you guys haven't seen this, they do this a lot in the pros. They get in the way of it and slow down the advance of this middle so that the top and bottom minions can get there about the same time. And you'll see this minion wave will come out just a little bit further beyond the halfway point, making it very easy to clean up and then get them to go up. But we do see Can't Be Cool being a little bit cheesy up here, getting about half of that tower down with those abilities. We are going to see Sonya with the rotation. However, it's not going to be a very aggressive one, so not going to be able to catch them out there. But we will see the 4-man rotation coming out here from the Robot Masters. It does look like they were prepared for their idea of what they wanted to do on this map with this 4-man rotation and then solo Sonya up in the top. A little bit more of a conventional start, but we do see the response coming out from Fatal Destiny as Muradin going ham, as his name would suggest. Going right into the middle of that team, but Jelly Monster staying in the bottom, so a 1-3-1 split here for Fatal Destiny as we see this 4-man rotation. Jelly Monster is just going to back up and let them clear that, and then come up and get it cleared. Very nice rotational awareness there from Jelly Monster in the bottom lane. So both these teams sticking to their original plan, just a slight rotation from Fatal Destiny. They'll actually send 2 up top, which is going to put some pressure on Lost, and that is going to be where this top shrine is going to be spawning. So a little bit of a structural advantage here for Fatal Destiny, as that top cannon is already gone. Get a little bit less value out of taking down the Punisher should they end up getting that. Both teams beginning to rotate, but a little bit quicker on the rotation is Fatal Destiny here. They're actually going to catch Lost a little bit out. Mellow Buck coming up here to get some heals out that are actually going to turn. Leoric is going to be forced to walk away from that situation. And right now we've got a 4v5 situation, but at any time here, Brightwing can go ahead and phase shift in, trying to get a little value in the bottom there, but we do see right now not quite needing any help, but actually, I take it back, Leoric gets completely blown up there. Still no phase shift in from Brightwing, almost as if they're completely willing to give this up. Of course, you know, Leoric, you can give him up. It's not the worst thing in the world for you to lose your Leoric. He'll be back soon. But right now, you know, it's a pretty big advantage here on this Shrine phase for the Robot Masters, up 25-3 here as this fight finally starts to break out. Hamwich getting very, very low. Is going to have to waltz away on Muradin. Mellow Buck also low, but Womack going very deep there. And Leoric taking a lot of damage in that situation. However, the resets are on here as we actually see Johanna being the first to fall in this full team fight. However, Etu Brandon also getting very low, is going to have to consider backing up for a little while to get some of those passive heal ticks to heal up. And we'll see Womack go down again, but a nice pull in there. The combo will actually miss just a little bit, only hitting Mellow Buck, but it will still forestall the advance, at least for Robot Masters, and force them to rotate up. But they still have the advantage, up 8 at this point. Still anybody's Punisher, but it is a definite advantage, and they are stretching in here. But they are going to get Sonya here with that Polymorph Kerrigan combo. Could end up turning this a little bit in their direction. They are starting to pick up more of these. Maximaris is actually having to consider being here, being so low. And they are starting to catch up. Only 5 behind now. We see Megafan throwing in the abilities, trying to get that with the hammer. Only 3 behind now. This is going to actually turn into a very, very close race. Photo finish here for who's going to be able to clean this up. Only 3 behind now, but 4 left. Dead even tie now. Oh, and the pickup there by Can't Be Cool is going to kill Kael'thas, getting in there a little bit too deep trying to get that, and they also will not get the Punisher. So here it is, the advantage I talked about, that Li Ming cheese paying off here in the early part. Of course, a nice bait over there by Stockton. Definitely knows how this map works with getting the Punisher on over the wall to get some initial damage on it. But we're going to see a lot of value gains here from Fatal Destiny, leaving 4 of their members up, just rotating out Muradin. Meanwhile, not the response you might expect. There's only 3 members here for the Robot Masters. They go ahead and send Falstad and Sonya to the other 2 lanes. They will lose their top Ford here, but they do get a little bit of catch-up in the soap department at least, but still behind nearly a full level, and we'll actually see a very early invade here going after the camp. We'll have to see whether or not they sniff this out. Lost indeed does, and the response is going to be here. Muradin and Falstad both away from this, so this is a fair 4v4, and a nice Kerrigan combo, catching out Lost and Maximaris. Gonna force them to back off. That essentially, that combo is going to win them the invade and the bruiser camp. Very nice there by Jelly Monster, showing a lot of mastery here on Kerrigan. And Lost actually going to get in a little bit of trouble here. The Kerrigan combo is going to land on her as well. And no follow-up to it, but enough to make Lost think about pushing in any further into that lane at the very least. So at this point, you know, about a half-level lead here for Fatal Destiny. They do definitely have the structural advantage at this point, but nothing too crazy. They can still come back from this. Womack going to go ahead and work on. This is going to get a little bit of help from Camp Cool. I'll rotate down and get that going. Only Mercenary Camp really being worked on right now. As the top lane, you know, makes sense. They can't soak it right now. It's pushed way out, way too far out. They are going to win the race to 10 here. It'll be interesting to see whether or not we can see the Robot Masters actually making it to level 10 before this. Oh, an Omega Fan getting caught out a little here. Hamwich is going to hit the Stormbolt, and the Kerrigan combo is going to come out. That is one dead bird, as Falstad will fall to that rotation. A little bit of a bad rotation by him there. You can never count out a Kerrigan coming from the shadows. You got to go way around. An unfortunate moment there, as they are going to lose that level 10 now, and not going to have Falstad to go to the bottom lane and soak, so Johanna will have to rotate to it. Not able to get too much soak here, and again, they are not level 10 yet, so right now Fatal Destiny has every advantage in the world to be able to push with their level 10s, and going to pick up the first few of these before level 10s are achieved for the Robot Masters, but everybody's back. You know, Falstad is back up, and he's ready to come to this this team fight and this objective. They fall a little bit behind here, but 11 is a recoverable loss as long as they rotate this quickly. Here we see Stockton is going to go ahead and go in. Joanna's ready, and the jump is coming. Everybody hitting their ults at this point. Brightwing is going to be the first to fall in this situation. The Unstoppable coming out there, the Divine Shield for Lost, and they are going to successfully pull them off. Kerrigan's going to go down, and that is going to be a steal here for the Robot Masters. This should be a pretty easy pickup. Stockton doing a nice job of scouting is going to make Hamwich have to get back here, but a ton of damage coming out yet again from Can't Be Cool. Getting a lot of value from that Li Ming pick, able to just chunk down Maxi Maris. It's not going to be enough to get a kill, though, so ultimately it's not going to change a lot. Throwing in those orbs, trying to forestall the Punisher pickup, but ultimately it's not going to stop them, as they are going to actually get this Punisher. So second Punisher of the game here, going over to the Robot Masters, one each thus far, and they will fail to bait it over the wall. Etu Brandon getting a little bit too far forward there, not able to bait it over, so now they're not going to get as much damage here. The Punisher is going to get a chance to do what it does best and siege. As we see the freeze coming out, the jump coming out, and a little bit of a late rotation in there to try and take advantage of that by the Robot Masters. Eventually they do get in there, though. However, Johanna is going to get completely blown up by Can't Be Cool. That's gonna proc the resets, but not enough mana to really be able to take advantage of it. Lost is going to get completely owned by this Kerrigan combo, and they are on the chase here, looking for another kill of Mellow Buck here. And looks like they are going to go ahead and get in that, and get in there and get that. Hamwich going ham right into the towers, eating those shots to be able to get that kill. And a very nice defense there. They are able to fend off the attack on their fort. They keep their fort up. They get a few kills. And at this point, the XP looks to be about even. Nice invade here. Jelly Monster and Hamwich are going to go ahead and two-man this camp and steal the Khazra camp over on their side. On the other side, we see Womack doing what Leorics do and going ahead and just soloing that camp. Slowly but surely, just whacking away at that poor Khazra camp. Jelly Monster continuing to rotate here. They've got two heroes that are very, very good at capturing mercenary camps, and this is a mercenary camp kind of map. In the mid lane, we see a tiny bit of a skirmish, but nothing too crazy. Womack actually forestalling the capture of that mercenary camp a little bit. Rotation coming in here, very heavy rotation coming in from the Robot Masters. Can't Be Cool is going to get stunned a couple of times and completely blown up. No chance of survival there. The stun is going to come out to try and get Jelly Monster, but he will be able to walk away from that situation. Womack will not be so lucky. That's going to be a 2-for-0 trade there. A very nice rotation here from the Robot Masters. we do see them going ahead and pressuring that bottom fort. They want to get the bottom fort. They are going to get the front wall of that at the very least. Get a little bit for their efforts of that nice rotation. Hamwich going a little bit ham, as we will see the second of the shrines, or the third shrine spawn, I should say. Second one in the top lane. And a big advantage to Fatal Destiny here. They do have their well and their entire structure, well, nearly their entire structure up in the top lane. So very, very healthy structures up there. Whereas if Fatal Destiny is able to get this, it should pretty much secure them a keep for sure. So we'll have to see the Air Muradin and Ground Muradin trying to scout each other out over here. But we will go ahead and see the Robot Masters starting the shrine up. They're going to give this a shot. We do see Jelly Monster jumping in fully here. Going to try and hit the combo. It is going to hit on KT at the very least, but Jelly Monster getting very, very low. Nice return damage here by the Robot Masters, particularly Maximaris, not freaking out from getting hit by that Kerrigan combo. Throws down a lot of the abilities and gets a lot of the damage out here. And right away, we're going to see Leoric blown up. Again, not the biggest deal to lose Leoric, but it means he is going to have to spawn back, and we're going to see a little bit of an advantage gained on this shrine for the Robot Masters. But here come Fatal Destiny, as they are going to catch Uther out here, and the resets are going to be procced, and a huge orb is going to chunk a ton of health from the Robot Masters, and they continue with those abilities. Can't Be Cool is actually going to do a nice job there. Lost is going to come in from behind, though. Was sitting up on that shrine while this has all been going on. No longer. He's going to come down to try and help the team out. However, we will see the Gust is actually going to possibly push Hamwich to safety for a moment, but going ham is going to get the trade, though. Can't Be Cool trying to see if they can get any value out of those resets, but not... Oh, and there it is! The Disintegrate is going to help finish off two more. That is a 3-for-1 exchange. Muradin jumping in ham, paying off here, and now we will see Jelly Monster have an opportunity to really take advantage of this, as Kerrigan just so very, very good at capturing these with the reset mechanic and just knock these things down in a heartbeat. However, Etu Brandon getting a little bit too far forward as they try and clear up this top lane for when Kerrigan inevitably picks this up. We'll have to see if the Robot Masters even attempt to go back in here. They're actually just about even now, as every member they have is up. However, they are not quite in position to invade yet, as Fatal Destiny takes the lead on the shrine. They are nearly at it. We are gonna, well, they're thinking about it, but I think that hesitation is gonna be the end of that process. However, we do see the wall coming out. All of a sudden, Maximarin is completely caught out here. The Gust will be the only saving opportunity. Actually, that's not true. The Divine Shield will also come out, and an attempt to save KT will not come to fruition, however. Lost getting very deep going after Hamwich, and the chase is on. The Punisher is pushing. The Kerrigan combo comes out. Falstad, or not Falstad, Sonya is going to be the one to go down there. Man, I'm not going to lie, I'm completely tilted by this glitch. I like to just be able to read the names, Blizzard. Come on, help me out here. But we will see the damage coming down onto this keep. As I said before, Fatal Destiny picking up this Punisher was a nearly automatic keep, and they are looking for so much more here, as the Polymorph, as well as the Kerrigan combo coming down on Stockton, and a great wall put up there by Womack is going to secure that kill. Uther also going down here, and all of a sudden, we may see Fatal Destiny looking to end. They do have an opportunity. Can they make it happen? Uther goes down in full there. Ghost form is gone. However, we see Womack getting very low. They are actually going to elect to back out of this situation, doing what they can to forestall the chasing opportunity. But still, a very, very nice win in an overall sense there for Fatal Destiny. They got some kills. They have over a level advantage now. First keep of the game going down for them. And definite structural advantage. They've got that top lane. Will be pushing cannons all match long. They are losing in the structure battle in the other two lanes, but not terribly so. We do see the quick camp pickup here by the Robot Masters. They have seen Fatal Destiny going to steal this camp time after time, and they realize that the natural rotation would be for Fatal Destiny to go after their top camp first. So So they go ahead and rotate and start picking up these bottom camps instead. Not a whole lot that they can do about that top lane for now, except let it push and pick it up as it gets to the core. So, but we do see the rotation coming out here from Final Destiny. Everybody but Li Ming coming to the party here. This is a 4v4, and a bunch of members are going to be caught in that wall. And vulnerability cast upon himself there for Uther, but that is going to result in a dead Uther as soon as that Divine Shield comes down. Lost, also getting very low, is going to walk away from this situation thanks to the Uther Ghost. But a nice rotation, a nice camp invade, and a nice pickup there. Jelly Monster is going to be able to turn around and easily steal that camp away. Meanwhile, we do have the bottom lane spawning this time around. Both teams have pretty weak structures in that bottom lane, so should get value out of a Punisher no matter who picks it up here. But right now, big pressure coming out onto the side of the Robot Masters. They are going to have to clean up this camp. Meanwhile, Kerrigan is going to get started doing Kerrigan things up on this shrine to start this off. We're going to see Kerrigan quickly starting to pick these up, but the whole team actually committing to it. But here comes the rotation. Level 20 is right around the corner for Fatal Destiny. This could be the last opportunity for the Robot Masters to come back in this one. Maximarius positioning himself right in the crook of that there. And Womack will be the first to fall, but many members getting very low. Gonna have to back out here. And Lior and I should say Kerrigan also getting completely blown up there. Hamwich getting a little too far in as well, is going to go ahead and have to pop Avatar to get out of that situation. They are gonna actually continue to push Hamwich off of this. Not going to let him stall this out and not allowing him to get any more of these. A nice lead was gained, but that is gone now. And we do see a very nice move by the Robot Masters. As I said, this was possibly their last opportunity. Kerrigan still down here, but Sonya is going to be the first to fall. The resets are on here. However, a nice... Oh, but Johanna will go down as well. Both the frontliners going down as they pick up that Punisher. They do get the Punisher, but at what cost here? They don't have a whole lot of opportunity to push with it. But the structures are not very strong here in the bottom lane. Only going to get so much defense aid from the structures here. So the Punisher will definitely get some work done in that bottom lane. And we do see, you know, with the front line down, the Robot Master is not going to push it too hard, not going to do too much. Jelly Monster maybe positioning, trying to get a little bit of Kael'thas here, and it's going to be... She's going to get some. The question is, can she pull off the kill with the gank rotation here? And sure enough, there it is. Kael'thas will go down. And Jelly Monster going to waltz away with a ton of health left. No, not even a contest there. Big mistake there. Getting pushed out way too far. Trying to get some extra value with some split push off of that Punisher pickup. But Jelly Monster punishing in a big way there. We'll see a four-man rotation here to the bottom lane as they are going to try to prioritize getting this bottom fort down. Maybe picking up where they felt like they would have left off had they gotten that Punisher. Nice solid siege damage coming out here from the side of Fatal Destiny. And with their level 20s, they feel pretty confident here, at least until this moment. Finally, we see the level 20s coming out from the Robot Masters. So, getting that Punisher will at least stall them long enough to even this match out. It's not over yet. They do have the opportunity to try and get something done here. Now we see a bit of an engage here in the mid, and all of a sudden, Can't Be Cool throwing out everything she can from the back line. And a ton of damage being laid down onto Lost. Is going to have to walk away for now. Both of these teams not wanting to lose it right at this moment. Willing to be aggressive, but not willing to be overly so. Few interesting builds here. Full orb build coming out from Li Ming. Definite heal priority build for Brightwing. which I really like to see out of the solo support Brightwings, particularly. There's so much melee front line. Otherwise, you know, pretty standard builds across the board. Just glancing over it, I don't see anything that's too surprising. The full Flame Strike build coming out for Kael'thas, which on a wave clear map like this makes a lot of sense. And here we go. They're not going to wait to rotate to the shrine. They're going to fight right here, right now. Ton of damage coming out. Honda Johanna, the indestructible, will be popped for Stockton. That is not the way you want to retreat. Entire team on her tail, and that is going to be one dead Johanna. The resets are also on here. Can't be cool. We'll have those abilities reset and could go for more. There's the stun out on Lost, and immediately we see the follow-up Kerrigan combo coming out as well. Sonya is going to go down, and Uther is also going to fall here. We'll have the ability to come back up, but without the front line, that's not going to matter a whole lot. In the mid, we do have a camp pushing, but this is the top lane. This is exactly what Fatal Destiny needs. They have gotten value out of every Punisher that they've gotten, and every Punisher they've gotten has been in this top lane. And first the fort, next the keep. Maybe this one might be the core. We'll have to see. But we will see Li Ming responding to this mid. Can't be cool. Going to go ahead and clean that up. Kerrigan alone will be able to get this, but 4 members actually, rotating to the top to make sure to secure this Punisher, make sure Jelly Monster is nice and safe, and leading the charge on getting these. And sure enough, here we are. They are going to get it. Falstad is actually going to elect to go to the bottom lane and pick up this bottom Cosver camp, which I think is a pretty smart move. Going to create some counter push here, just in case they are able to survive this. But here it is, a very scary moment for the Robot Masters. Could possibly be their last opportunity to be able to win this match. If they can't survive here, it's gonna be rough. But if they are able to get a big team fight win here and be able to save their core, they do have that bottom camp pushing. They could possibly make some sort of play there. Not necessarily over, but they have to survive here. And Johanna getting caught out. And no indestructible up yet. That is going to be an instant kill. Mellow Buck also in a lot of trouble. Is going to be walled off by Womack. A nice gust to be able to save them for now. But, oh, Sonya getting blown up. Uther getting blown up. And even though the Punisher is not focused on the core, Etu Brandon actually in a lot of trouble. But the Punisher jumping back into things is going to protect the Brightwings. Who knew the Punisher was a Fairy Dragon fan, folks? I didn't. But apparently it's true. Maximera is doing all that he can to try and fend off this assault, but with only Muradin down at this point, there is no way. There was no way. And it is going to be Fatal Destiny picking it up here with 3 straight top Punisher pickups. Getting the RNG on their side a little bit with those Punisher pickups, but doing it in a big way. They knew what they needed to do to win the map. They built a comp that was very, very good at getting the map objective and being able to team fight aggressively. And they just went after it, man. They time and time again just went in so deep. Kerrigan got killed a few times, but, you know, definitely got the worth out of that hero. Leoric, you know, you don't mind if he dies every now and then. You just need somebody up there taking a lot of damage, and he did. Nice, solid heals coming out from Brightwing. Very, very impressive. But it's the right kind of comp for Brightwing, where you got so many members lumped up so much, you can get a lot of value out of it. And let's go ahead and take a look at the talents real quick. We got Kerrigan definitely charging up that Ravage to be able to help get a lot of those really quick. Along with, of course, you know, Maelstrom. I think that's kind of the standard pickup. Can't be cool going for full orb build with that power hungry and just powering up that orb all the way and just dealing damage from the distance. The range damage dealer of this very melee heavy comp. Pretty standard builds for Falstad. I'm not a Leoric. I don't know a whole lot about Leoric. I'm gonna admit that. Entomb got a lot of value out of those walls all game long. Unfurling Spray, leading into all of the other abilities, other than the last one. Actually, electing to go Storm Shield at the end, where I feel like the The Soothing Mist upgrade at 20 could have gotten some serious value in a melee heavy comp where you constantly have your team close to you and you're just healing more and more for each one of those. But definitely getting a lot of value. I'm not going to argue with those healing numbers for sure. Criterize helping kill Lost a lot in the end there, getting a lot of damage out. Full Flame Strike build coming out from Kael'thas, getting a lot of hero damage, actually highest hero damage in the match. A pretty good strategy against a, I would say a pretty good strategy against a melee heavy team and on a map clearing team, so good for him. Also, Uther trying to get some extra value in terms of wave clear. And yes, I save them for 60 days here and then post them on YouTube as well. Johanna, I haven't looked a whole lot at Johanna since the change, but you know, Spell Shield, pretty valuable. And also seeing, I'm also, again, I'm not the biggest Falstad fan. Some of those gusts were really clutch. Epic Mount at the end to be able to get a little bit more of that mobility and the ranged, or the global presence. Sonya going War Paint to get those extra heals. Spend to Winds, of course, always being built up. Wrath instead of Leap, which is probably the right choice here with a team that was so heavily committed to diving. Of course, Nerves of Steel and Ignore Pain at the end to get the extra tankiness up front. But that is going to do it for me for this match, guys. Congratulations to Fatal Destiny, and some really great moments there for the Robot Masters as well. A really good match from these two teams, and we'll be coming back in just a little while. My team, Divine 9, will be scrimming, so look forward to seeing you guys for that. See you in a few.